Welcome to this segment where we will talk about how vaccines are developed and how they help us fight certain diseases. Let's start at the basic. When a foreign body, either a virus or a bacteria, enters our body, how do we fight it? We don't often realize it, but it happens all the time. Our bodies are constantly under attack by these so-called foreign objects. But our immune system is strong enough to successfully fight a large majority of them. And we don't get sick or display any symptoms of this attack, and we continue with our normal lives. It's as if it never happened. To understand how our body can do it so effectively, let's get creative. Let's imagine those castles that we've read about in children's storybooks. Or we've seen them in fantasy movies. You know those large castles, right? With high walls and guards that are watching all entrances. It is their job to fight any and all intrusions, right? We can well imagine that these soldiers can only be successful if they've learned well from their past experiences. Attackers could be an army that is marching on foot, carrying bows and arrows. Or they could be on horsebacks. Or on elephants. Or they could have cannons on wheels. Whatever ammunition they might have, whatever their mode of attack may be, these soldiers have seen it all. They know how to fight it. They know how to defend the city against these attacks. What happens if they come across a method they have not seen before? Well, they'll have to figure it out, right? Let's imagine that the castle backs against a large river, and they are very confident that no invading army could ever come by water. So, they are not guarding that. But one day a creative invader does launch an attack from the river. Our soldiers, the guards, would now have to adapt. They will have to develop a new strategy to fight this new type of attack. Right. This is very similar to how a human body fights invasions. Once we identify what type of an attack it is, in most cases, we already know how to fight it. And we do fight it successfully. But if it is something we have not faced before, then our immune system needs to learn now to deal with it. This is where a vaccine comes in. It provides the body the equivalent of a detailed set of instructions: what the invader looks like, how it attacks, and how to fight it. We just have to implement these instructions and we're good. Let's review this again. A vaccine provides a detailed set of instructions so we'd know how to fight against a very specific kind of invasion. Clearly, the instructions against the seasonal flu virus are different from the instructions against smallpox or polio. And the instructions to fight polio will not work against coronavirus. Each type of invasion requires its very own set of instructions, its unique set of instructions. Why do we need a flu shot every year? Is it because our body has forgotten the instructions it received last year and needs a refresher course? Of course not. That's clearly not the case. We need a new vaccine because the strain for flu is different each year, and we'd need slightly modified instructions. If you're following along this discussion, you can probably see a problem here, right? If vaccine is such a specific set of instructions against a particular attack, how well does it work when the attacker makes some changes? Will that vaccine still work? Unfortunately, we don't have an answer to that. We don't know if the vaccine will still work. We know that with the novel coronavirus, we are facing an intelligent attacker that is capable of adapting. In the past year, we have already seen 3 different strains. What happens if we take a vaccine designed for the latest strain, but the virus adapts again? Will we continue having this coverage that the vaccine promised to deliver? Stay tuned. This is one of the many questions we have. Let's hope to get an answer soon.